Hello, folks. It's Gary from 401k Dexter's. You might notice a little bit of a change here. I decided to go ahead and shave my retirement beard. Um, Probably about a month before November, sometime in the September timeframe. I'd have to look back on some of my videos to see exactly what time it was. I started growing my beard out, and it started looking scruffy, about like this. But on a whim, night before last, I went in and got my Remington razor out and just started whacking it off. Still let my hair grow. Haven't had a haircut since late September. I'm just gonna let it go and see how long it can get before it gets out of control and I get tired of it and probably chop it off just like my beard. But the kids came over for dinner last night and it was kind of funny because I was out on the back porch grilling and the kids walked in with our grandson. Um, he was on my daughter's hip, and I opened the door and came in the back door, and he heard my voice and he turned around, and the look on his face was just like, that's grandpa's voice coming out of somebody else's face, because his short-term memory, being a year old, only goes back so far. And I've had a beard for as long as he can remember, and that change was pretty drastic for him, and you could see it on his face. And it was that confusion because he recognized my voice, and I went up to him and picked him up, and he kept staring at my chin. And I've had my beard on and off again. This is a picture of me elk hunting way back in late 90s, and it was a lot browner back then. But I'll grow it out. I normally keep a mustache. The older I'm getting, the more gray it is. But I let it grow pretty good this time. In fact, it got long enough to where I went and hacked on it with the scissors and trimmed it back. But then this time around, it was just like, okay, I've had enough of it. But our grandson's reaction and to the change in my face got me to thinking about how changes in retirement can affect us. My biggest change has been revolving around time management. No longer is my time filled up with worrying about work, the job, projects. For those of you new to the channel, and I believe that last video that I put out about the 3 things that I don't do in retirement, added another 100 subscribers. So welcome to the channel. Appreciate everybody subscribing. All the comments on that particular video were very interesting. A lot of people asked questions. One of the ones comment that was posed was, I can't imagine retiring with a mortgage. And for us, we do still have a mortgage. That's the only debt that we carry into retirement with us. But that was purposeful, so we could stay close to family and be babysitters to our grandson while our daughter is starting her first year of nursing school. By the way, we heard this week that Nellie got a scholarship for nursing school, so way to go, Nellie. That's going to help her tremendously financial. Mom and Dad paid for her to go to Stephen F. Austin, SFA, Go Lumberjacks. I think it's Go Lumberjacks, Axum Jacks. But we told her this time around that she had her bachelor's degree. If she wanted to go back to nursing school, it was all on her. That we would help where we could, but we were retired and now we're on a budget. So kudos to her for looking at different ways to fund her college, and really proud of you, Nellie. But we made that decision to keep the mortgage and stay close. Originally, we thought that we would retire, package everything up in the house, go through and declutter, box everything up and move it down to our homestead there outside of Athens, Texas, and then start working on projects around here. 3 of them mainly is doing a little bit of repair on some of the trim work outside, painting the inside and painting the outside of the house, and then putting it on the market. Right now, with interest rates like they are, it's probably not the best time to do that, but I think in the next coming months that interest rate will come down a little bit at least, to make the house attractive. We've had a couple of the houses here in the neighborhood go on the market and sell within a short period of time, so we're hopeful that that will be the case when we do decide to put the house on the market. But we made that decision. We're thoroughly enjoying the time that we're spending with our grandson. It takes two of us. God knew what he was doing when he made young people have children and not old people, because it's a task. I can't and more respect out to the kids who watch Natam day in and day out when he's not with us, because Linda and I have our hands full. It's tag team here. You hold him, I'll hold him. Takes both of us to make sure that he's entertained and that we're giving him his full attention and that he's safe here in the house. Other things in retirement that has changed now is that we're able to time manage more effectively with getting down to the property, taking care of the cows. Now that winter's here, they need to be checked on a little bit more often, making sure that they have water and hay bales rolled into their paddocks so they got plenty to feed, plenty to eat. Update on my mom. She is in the nursing home in rehab after having a really bad flu A. We all came down with it right around Christmas, and she has COPD and a hard time breathing, but she is doing really well in therapy, and they're looking to release her in early February to go home. So thanks for all the prayers and the thoughts on a couple of other videos that I mentioned that Mom was a little ill. Appreciate that. We've also got more time to manage our chores around the house. When we were working, there were always that crunch time to make sure that you had all your chores done before it was time to go back to work, start the work week. We don't feel as pressured to squeeze all of our projects into the weekend. Now we can spread it out. And yesterday, Saturday, I actually forgot what day it was of the week, and Linda had to remind me that it was Saturday. Other points of interest that I am getting into now that I'm retired is I'm enjoying reading, and I just started sketching again. I started my professional career as a technical illustrator, actually as a drafter, electromechanical drafting, but I've always enjoyed sketching, and I haven't done enough of that in the past, so I did pick up a pad this weekend. I've got some sketch pencils here that we've had forever, and I thought I would break those out and just start doodling. Nothing serious, but I do enjoy it. Another thing I've done is started reading again. And Louis L'Amour is one of my favorites. I'm enjoying that, and it's very relaxing. One surprise in retirement here recently was to our budget. One thing that we hadn't planned on our monthly budget was sending a bird dog off to winter camp and training. Raider is a dog that we bred ourselves out of one of our females back to a stud dog that was strictly a hunting dog, not a field trial dog, but he was out of one of the top all-age competitive bird dogs here a few years back, and I went back to him purposefully because that stud dog's mother was also the mother to our Chevy dog, who ended up taking second in nationals futurity back in 2015. So I like that bloodline. I wanted to stay with that and see what we could produce. We didn't compete Raider in any juvenile stakes or put him in any hunt test. I didn't want to mess him up. So we took him to Ronnie Sale, who was a former field trial trainer. He's somewhat retired now, but he's local to us in Texas within a couple hours drive. So Ronnie introduced Raider to birds and gunfire, showed a lot of promise. We sent Raider off to summer camp with a trainer out of Oklahoma, and to see how he would run out in front of a horse, because the field trials that we participate in are field horseback field trials through AKC and the NGSPA, or American Field. But as Raider progresses, I'll try to include more content on the YouTube page here for how he's doing. We did get feedback from the trainers that he's doing well on his birds and he's got a nice run. So we are excited to see what he's going to do this spring. But that cost was not calculated into our budget. But we looked at each other and said, this is an opportunity both for Raider and for us to see, what we produced for, a field trial bird dog. And we cut corners in other areas and realized that this was an investment that we wanted to make. They talk about the go-go years and the slow-go years and the no-go years. Well, this is our go-go years. So having a bird dog that's very competitive at these types of trials will give us something to look forward to and get out and enjoy this spring and fall. And lastly, we postponed the move to Athens, to our retirement property, with the purpose of staying here close to family and our grandson. But that's going to creep up on us about mid-year, in the May-June timeframe. We've got to start decluttering around here, boxing things up, going through closets, going through the garage that has a lot of stuff from Linda's mom, who passed away in 2020. We just boxed it up and put it out in the garage, and we've kind of forgot about it. So we need to go through those things and have a couple garage sales, get those things out from underneath us. And we don't want to move a lot of junk and storage boxes into the new home. We want it to be clean and roomy and not cluttered. So we'll be doing that, and also getting ready to paint and do the little bit of trim carpentry work around here to get the house on sale. So my new shave, my new change, kind of got me to thinking about the changes that have taken place since I retired and the changes that we're going to have going forward. Just thought I'd share with you guys. It is Sunday. We got some good football games on to determine who's going to the Super Bowl. So let me know who you're rooting for in the comment section. We've never been a Detroit Lions fan, but this year, since they are the underdog and a team that has never been there, we're kind of pulling for them. We'll see how they do. You guys have a good week. Kerry from 401k Dexters, out.